Welcome back to the RTG, lads. It's time to start with Huddersfield away today. We also face 4th placed Arsenal next. Then Norwich after an international break where hopefully we can avoid injuries to key players. And, well, I think of the 4, it's probably going to be Crystal Palace that we simulate. Because, as we have shown you in the past couple of episodes, they're bottom. They've lost all 11 games, haven't yet scored and conceded 64 goals. So I'm not going to dwell on it. We have done it in the past couple of episodes and I can't figure it out and you guys can't figure it out. We just have no idea what's happening there, to be completely honest. So we'll start with Huddersfield, then Arsenal, then Norwich. To be fair, Huddersfield are in the relegation zone as well in 19th, having lost 9 of their opening 10 games. So we should win this one to start. Norwich are 11th and actually having a half decent season, to be fair to them. And, well, the bottom 4 just aren't seemingly cut out for this level with the squads that they have right now. But it's a bit stretched at the top with a bit of a jump from 4th and 5th up to the top. 6 points from Manchester United to Chelsea as things stand. Arsenal can obviously close the gap. We can close the gap with a game in hand. Hopefully our game in hand isn't the one against Arsenal. That would be annoying. Right, we'll see what we can do away from home against Huddersfield. Yeah, we'll play in the black kit. I'm not going to make any changes to the starting lineup as things stand. Campos is up to 86 rated now, though, as you can see on the right-hand side. Other than that, no other changes to overall ratings, I don't believe. Brianson's still 74. Abadia still 80 rated. And nothing else to note elsewhere in the side. Maybe Harvey Nibb's up to 77. I can't remember if he was 76 or 77 rated last time we used him. But Nemetcha has got 1 goal, 3 assists in the Premier League so far this season. And Abadia has 1 goal, 1 assist in the Premier League so far this season. So we're continuing on with Nemetcha in the starting lineup. Baranachea needs to start picking things up, I think. But we'll give him a little bit more time. Obviously, it takes a while to settle in at a new club. And I need to get used to playing with him. Maybe we need to fiddle with individual tactics a little bit to ensure that we get the most out of some of these players. But we're having a good season. And hopefully that continues here. As ever, do drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. There was brand new FIFA 21 career mode news the other day. Do check the channel page for that from Thursday's video if you missed it. Very much worth your watch. In goal for Huddersfield is Joel Coleman. Duhaney, Letchert, Val and Brown at the back. Gurgic and Bakuna in the midfield. Lawson, Daly and Mbenza with Pfeiffer up top. A number of regens in there. You can kind of see or understand why with that squad, why they are where they are in the league. It appears that a number of teams in this division currently have sold their bigger name players to try and bring through some youth prospects. And it so far isn't really working for them, not picking up the points they need. And if they keep it going past the January transfer window, where they might have the opportunity to bring in some extra talent, then I think a number of the sides at the bottom that we've been looking at there, Huddersfield and Crystal Palace, etc., are going to find themselves cut adrift and certainly relegated. Probably the earliest that we've ever seen anyone relegated outside of Derby County in real life. Although the way things are going, it doesn't look like Crystal Palace are going to get any points this season, ever, at all, let alone only 11. Nemetcha in there. Oh, can you imagine? As soon as I say Baranachea isn't doing enough, after 8 minutes, he fires back at me. 1-0 Cambridge United. Very similar finish to Eric Dyer's match winner against Watford, to be fair. Driven hard and low. That one went through the keeper rather than well tucked into the corner. But still, firmly struck. And the keeper just couldn't quite get his leg out in time. We lead by a goal to 0. Lovely back heel by Daly to Mbenza, which is switched out wide here to Lawson. To be fair to Huddersfield, I think, I might be mistaken, I haven't actually double checked it personally, but I think someone mentioned in the comment section that actually Huddersfield have gotten back-to-back promotions to get to the Premier League this season, so they may well have still got some League One level first team players that just excelled in the Championship last year, and there might be a reason why they're struggling this season. We've got some players in our squad that are still of that level, but we've obviously improved since playing at that level and have gotten ourselves a much better team. They are having more of the ball than me, though, and Daly will find Pfeiffer here. He'll square it across. Can Ali Skip get there and block Bakuna? He can't. Pfeiffer will go back to Bakuna, and Mepham's in the way this time. It's not just Cano that can make shot blocks. Lawson tackled by Sander Berger. That was excellently done. Get it forward there to Nemecha. Oh, I can't quite hold it up, unfortunately. 10 minutes to go till half-time. And I thought I wanted to mention that Huddersfield fact and see if you guys are aware of it. I might actually go back and double-check. That's a good save by Stefan. I might actually go back and double-check the last 2 seasons, season roundups, the final episodes, and see if that's actually true. If it is, then fair play, Huddersfield, for getting yourself to the Premier League. It's no real surprise that you're struggling the way that you are in this first season in the Prem, but you never know. They might grow throughout this season and somehow manage to keep themselves up. It'll be a tall order, but certainly something that they could potentially do. Certainly they stand a better chance of doing so than Crystal Palace. And to be fair, they've scored 9 goals and conceded 24, I think, prior to the start of this game. So it's not like they haven't been scoring goals. If they can firm up at the back, then there's no reason why they can't pick up some extra points and survive. They may have even just had a terrible run of fixtures. Skip will find Rolls here, though, and we'll try and finesse that into the far corner. They're not scoring here, and they're going to have to score multiple times if they want to get themselves a point from this now, as Jack Rolls does it again. Cambridge 2, Huddersfield 0. I just checked at half-time the previous 2 season roundups, and in fact, yes, it is correct. Whoever it was that mentioned that in the comment section, thank you for doing so and pointing it out. Huddersfield in Season 5 won League 1, and last season they finished 5th in the Championship in Season 6 and obviously won the playoffs to come up. So it has been back-to-back promotions for Huddersfield Town. Crystal Palace also came up from the Championship last year as well after getting automatic promotion. I can't recall who actually won the league last year. I did look, but memory fails me. I was looking at Huddersfield. But Crystal Palace got relegated in Season 5 and have come back up Season 6. But looks like they're going to get relegated again in Season 7. But fair play to Huddersfield Town. That gives them their excuse for why they're not performing so well in the Premier League. Palace, in that season they got relegated, did get 5 wins. And I think it said 25 points from the season all told, which is obviously a relegation sort of tally. But they don't look like they're even going to get 2.5 points, let alone 25 so far this season. Half an hour to go here in this game against Huddersfield Town. It does look like they're going to take a 10th defeat of the league so far this year. Fair play to them for even being at this level in the first place. Skip will look for Rolls. I've got Nemecha there. I've got Sanderberger here. We'll look for Nemecha. Can he score his 3rd goal of the Premier League season? Yes, he can. Questionable dive from the keeper there. Maybe he tried to predict where I was going to go with it and tried to dive at the near post. But a very good finish by Nemecha. It almost looked like the keeper dived before I shot. He was already in the diving animation before I pulled the trigger. Watch him. He goes here. He's already in it. And then connection on the ball. Flashes across the face of his body and into the back of the net. 3-0. And a 2nd goal in the Premier League for Nemecha. 2 goals, 3 assists for him now. 5 goal contribution. Unless he's got an assist in this game as well. I don't know who actually assisted. The first, he's on a 9.5. No, Rolls, Berger and Skip. Midfield assists all round. And, well, one for Campos, and we could have forward goals all round. But if anyone of Rolls or Campos was going to score, it was going to be Jack. Not that Campos hasn't been scoring this season. Having his best start to a year so far for us, which is understandable, being 86 rated. Really pleased with how this side is coming together now. With some high-quality players, some high-rated players, and some players that just play above their ratings because their stats suit the FIFA gameplay engine. So we're well set up to potentially get ourselves into European football for next year. And I would have tucked that away at the back post if Baranachea had been onside. Corner for Huddersfield. And Benza to deliver. Luca Pfeiffer's gone off up top and they've brought on Musaba instead. Rolls brings that down nicely. Then can't get away from Lawson. Nemecha should hold this up well. And we'll spread the ball out wide. We've done that really nicely. And we could, provided the pass is good enough, set Baranachea away down the wing. Well, he skipped. Oh, so very nearly. That certainly would have been 4-0 had we found that pass, because then we'd have isolated another defender. That's a lovely ball through. Well, it's not 4-0, it's 3-1. And that pretty much sums up their season, doesn't it? If they've scored 9 and conceded 24, or now scored 10 and conceded 27, they're averaging about a 3-1 defeat every game. And well, that might well be what we get here. 9 minutes to go. Oh, what a through ball. Musaba off the bench to make it. He's quick. And he's got a good finish. Nervy final few minutes coming up. Great through ball. And, well, Mepham just couldn't catch him. I probably should have switched to Cano, who's got 99 sprint speed. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. 3-2 against Huddersfield Town now. When we could have maybe made it 4-0 just before they scored their first. We're actually going to end the game a little bit nervy. Although we are pushing forward here. And time will run out for Huddersfield Town. Oh, I didn't realise that was Sander Berger, actually. Thought it was Ollie Skip. Nemecha. Oh, we do nearly add the fourth off the base of the post and cleared away. It's to be a 3-2 victory. It was a comfortable game, but they made it slightly edgy towards the end. Very pleased with the performance overall. Slightly questionable defending in the last 10 minutes, but we saw it across the line. Arsenal coming up next. All right, Arsenal's 11 is Emilio Martinez in goal. Maitland-Niles, Saliba, Mavropanos and Tierney. Torreira and Guendouzi. Sancho, Talisca and Tomar Lemar. And at striker, Ante Rebic. They won the league last year, Arsenal. They're currently sat level on points with us in 4th and 5th respectively, with them above us on goal difference in the Champions League spots as we sit in the Europa League position. Actually, to this point, I don't think I've actually checked what the board want from me this year, have I? I can't recall actually seeing. My brain is telling me they wanted just a mid-table finish, but I can't recall actually having a look at the objectives in episode 1 of this season. Maybe I'll have to refresh my memory after this game. That's a lovely ball, and Ante Rebic is in behind, and this could be a brilliant start for Arsenal, and it is. How is that for composure? The champions starting like champions. Lovely ball. By Maitland-Niles out to Tomar Lemar. Drops the shoulder nicely. And back to Tierney. Guendouzi. Rebic. Don't! Oh my God! Ante Rebic has decided that he's the best player in the world, apparently. Jesus Christ. Baranachea. Floated across to Ollie Skip. All around the corner nicely. Rolls. Campos. Oh, where to go? That's the question. Rolls made a good run. Now, is he onside here? Be close. He was. And... oh. Saliba with a key block. Really well worked about. Good touch. And the angle is there. And Saliba's just thrown out his leg. That was Cano-esque. Campos delivers. Keepers come. Martinez will get there. Skip will recover the ball. Oh, it's Cano. If he scores a worldie, I'll be surprised. And we're not surprised where that's ended up. Skip. Berger. I mean, that isn't the pass that I asked for, but it's the pass that I got. Rolls to Baranachea. He could keep that run going. He did, but Nemecha had been unfamiliar in his hold-up play here, in that it doesn't exist so far in this game. Sancho bumped off it. Maitland-Niles will play it back to Saliba. If we go 2-0 down, I'd probably say the game is gone. But if we can keep it at just the one goal for as long as possible, then, oh. Jinx! Arsenal 2, Cambridge United 0. And the champions look like it. Campos, forward to Ollie Skip. Turns well. Nemecha. Campos, please. Oh, it just wouldn't fall for me. Emi Martinez. Oh, gets rid of it before Nemecha can get to him. Please win this, Perez. Well up, mate. And knock that down. Well done, boys. Come on. Let's get this equaliser. I say equaliser. They scored a second. Literally just now, Ches. Well done. Ollie Skip. Oh, that's a good turn. And I've got support. I wasn't meant to go there. That was meant to go there, though. Oh, the deflection! So close! So close for Nemecha. We scored some really fluky goals yesterday. And, well, we nearly got another there. Emi Martinez reacting much better than the goalkeeper yesterday. Oh, it's going to fall. But it's going to fall to an Arsenal man. Oh, we've won that header. Oh, the pace from Mepham there. It was like he had a rocket up his arse. Flew towards that. Unfortunately, we weren't able to keep control of the ball. And we're going to go into the break at 2-0. But at the end of... oh, it might be 3. The end of this half has certainly given me a little bit of faith that we can fight back in this game. That was nice. Guendouzi. Forward into Talisca. Nicely around the corner to Torreira and over the top. Oh, and Sancho's inside. Held by Stefan and comfortably so at the near post, thankfully. Arsenal, it's rare, isn't it, where a big team actually play the way that they should. There might be those that argue that Arsenal, with their performances in the past couple of seasons, couldn't really be considered one of the big teams anymore, especially if they don't even qualify for Europa League football next season. So maybe they're playing, as you would expect, a mid-table side to play in career mode right now. But that's... Oh, come on! That's not fair. That's for Spurs fans, really, to throw shade at Arsenal. But they're certainly throwing shade at me here. We are in their shadow. Arsenal rising above anything we've thrown at them. It's 3-0. Sancho, give me that. Nice tackle by Wilson, actually. Making a triple substitution here with Nemecha, Skip and Rolls going off, with Abadia, Bissouma and Briançon coming on the left. We haven't really worked it well with Nemecha in this game. His physicality and the playstyle we play him with hasn't really worked against this Arsenal backline, so I'm going to try something different with just the pure pace of Abadia and try and get him in behind if we can. And they can't utilise their strength if they're not anywhere near me. Time that... Oh! God! That's the difference in this one. We have not had the quality of final product. 20 minutes to go, and this is perhaps a sign that the club, the squad, the players aren't really ready for challenging for top 4 or maybe even for Europa League football this season. Hopefully we can get the points we need to finish in the top 5 or 6 or maybe go and win the FA Cup and get ourselves into Europe. But certainly we aren't at Arsenal's level so far, which is not... Well, it's not surprising. It shouldn't be surprising, but with the way that we get results against City and Chelsea and Man United, etc., it is slightly surprising. But it's almost pleasing that Arsenal have played as well as they have. At least not every big side is just going to fumble the ball against us and give us easy points. Arsenal looking for a fourth here. They're not done yet. Tierney into the middle. Cano away. Should get to that with Baranachea. Can't quite. So, you know, it was Rolls that went off for Briançon at Cam. Oh, there's a fourth. It was Rolls that went off for Briançon and he came on at Cam rather than Baranachea going off on the left-hand side. But they can't stop scoring at the minute, Arsenal. We are 4-0 down right now. It's been a while since we've been humbled like this. But certainly this is a humbling. And what did I say yesterday? We were wanting to make this a bit of a fortress, and we've lost a couple of games here now in recent memory. And certainly this is the worst of the lot. The fortress walls have holes in, apparently. There's a secret back entrance where people and goals have been flooding in. Forward to Abadia. Nice little back heel, looking for Briançon. Trying to drop the shoulder on Saliba, but that's not worked. Abadia is there. Can we get ourselves... Oh, maybe. A consolation goal. Good footwork from Abadia. Making... or having an impact off the bench. I wouldn't say making the difference because, well, he scored, but we're going to lose 4-1. So we do get the consolation goal, just as Huddersfield got the consolation goals against us. But yeah, that's a one-sided game if ever I saw one. So we'll have to pick ourselves up from that and go again against Norwich. Rather handily, as I was saying, I wanted to check what the board expectations were. The board have come to me and said that we're not on track with one of them, so it reminded me to go and actually have a look. I can't remember looking... Did I look at these or not? I genuinely can't remember. Youth development we don't care about. Brand exposure, crucial forward player, not going to do that. Gained £22.5 million from shirt sales. We've done that. Financially, we've done the long-term one. The short-term one we're obviously not going to be able to do at all. Domestic success, they want a mid-table finish and a round of 16 finish in the FA Cup. And within 2 seasons, finishing a Europa League spot. I remember looking at these, but I can't remember whether it was in a video or not. And continental success, obviously, we don't have any continental competition as of yet. So we're looking to finish in a European spot for the Europa League this year, which in FIFA is just 5th. I can't remember whether 6th gets it or not. 6th might get it if other cup competitions are won by sides in the top 4 or 5th. And obviously, in real life, there's going to be the Europa League Conference as a new European competition. Whether that will be integrated into FIFA soon, I'm not sure. I can't recall when that actually is coming in. Europa League Conference, which is basically Europa League 2. UEFA Europa Conference League, which is like a third European competition. It will be founded in 2021. It will be founded in 2021. Starting in 2021. So that's not going to start until next year. Run from the 2021 to 2022 season. So it won't be in FIFA 21, but in FIFA 22, we should have a third Europa League or third European competition for continental football, which should be, well, I'm not sure whether I like the idea of that or not, but you guys will have to let me know what you think of the idea of a third European competition. Clubs struggle to deal with European football as it is, especially those that aren't used to getting into Europe and can't really afford the size of squad that you need to compete as regularly as you need to in Europe and then domestic competition as well. So I think it's just a bit of a money grab from UEFA, to be honest, for more TV revenue. But we'll wait and see what happens with that competition. For the time being, I'm actually going to... I am going to rotate a little bit for this one. Abadia came off the bench and got a goal in that last game, so we'll give him the start. Campos can continue on the right. Bianson can go on to the left. We'll give Bissouma a start there. In fact, no, I'm not going to take Jack out. We'll give Pereira Rock a start at right back. And I think that'll be it. I'll put Palomino on the bench ahead of Skip, so maybe we can use him off the bench. And I'll probably look to use Ethan Clark above Baranachea to bring him off the bench too. Let's put Harvey Nibbs on the bench as well. Right, it should be an easier game against Norwich. But we just got hammered by Arsenal, so I'm not necessarily in the best of confidence right now. Neither are the players. Norwich's 11, Drongovski in goal. Sam Byram, Katic, Ben Godfrey and Munoz. Adshed and Pedro Shah in the midfield with Barbona, Cowie, Nordin and Sam Cosgrove up top. That's not a scary lineup, but they're mid-table, Norwich, so they're having a decent season with an unfamiliar lineup. A number of teams now, as we are into the latter seasons, more so than I noticed actually in the Leeds save, a number of sides have plenty more regen footballers in their starting 11s at this stage of the campaign than I'm used to. This is only the third series that has gone to at least a 7th season, I think. Leeds went to 8, of course. And then we had an RTG at Cambridge that went to an 8th season on FIFA 17, I think. I think the one last year only went to 6 seasons, if I recall correctly. But we're in season 7 here, and we're certainly going to be playing an 8th and a 9th too, at the very least, before we... decide what we're doing after this. This save may run all the way until FIFA 21. We'll have to wait and see. But we're certainly 1-0 down against Norwich here. And the more points we drop, the more likely we are to not qualify for Europe this season. And the more likely it is that the save will last even longer. But I'm sure there are plenty of you that would like it to last even longer. So maybe it's a good thing. We shall certainly try and get ourselves back in the game, though. I do not want to lose against Norwich. Brian Son. There's East Anglian pride on the line. Free kick for Norwich after 15 minutes. Delivered towards the middle. Win that header, please. Well up, Cano. Adshed brings it down. Good block by Sanderberger. Counter is on. Accelerate, please, Campos. Thank you. To the right is Pereira Rock. In the middle here is Jack Rolls. And around the corner there is Abadia. Near post OP. Cambridge 1. Norwich 1. Nemeth has been scoring goals and getting assists. Abadia now starting to do the same as well. We have a battle on our hands for that starting striker spot, which is only a good headache to have, as ever, as a manager. Lovely to have options, because earlier on in this save, we've been baffled by the lack of goals from our strikers. Now they're starting to really hit the ground running. Campos. Back to Pereira Rock. Now is where we want to kick on. Prove that we are a side worthy of challenging for European spots in this league. And with football like that, we certainly will be. Okay, Abadia is putting a firm foot forward now. He didn't start the season very well. So we did play him as our main striker for the first 3 or 4 games of the season, and he didn't really do that well. He's found his feet, seemingly, this season now. 4 goals in the Premier League, 2 in this one. And he's really flying now. Norden delivers to the middle. Good catch by Stefan. Advantage played, but we can take that advantage and run with it, so to speak. Abadir caught there, but no foul given on that occasion. Campos to Bissouma. We'll go back to Campos. I've got Rolls making moves in the middle and calling for it, but he's not going to get the ball on this occasion. Campos with good footwork, looking for Bissouma. Finds Abadir instead, who in turn finds Bissouma. And that's the difference between Abadir and Nemecha when it comes to keeping the ball in situations like that. Frustrating that Abadir isn't as strong as he could be. To be fair, I think he's got a strength of like 80 now, Abadir. Pretty sure he's got decent strength. Yeah, 81. So he should be holding his own there. He is 5'10". He's not a small human being. And with 81 strength, he should really be holding the ball up better than that. Pleased that we've been able to get him some goals in this game, but he is going to have to improve his overall match performance. Oh, I was dreaming of a worldy third there. Yeah, Abadir is getting the goals, but there are going to be games where he's not able to do what Nemecha does, and there are going to be games where Nemecha can't do what Abadir can do. So we have a good balance of big man, small man, and at the minute we're in a formation with just one striker, but it does mean I have the substitution available to try that other option if one isn't working, for example. And that's what we did in the last game. Nemecha wasn't working that well against Arsenal. We made the change to bring Abadir off the bench, and it made the difference. We got a goal. It just, unfortunately, so happened that Arsenal had scored four before we got that one. But it's nice to have that tactical option now. 2 very different players that offer 2 very different opportunities and options. Norden back here to Adshed, who could help create one final chance for Norwich in this second half. In this first half, but they're taking their time here, and I think the referee might blow his whistle soon. He certainly will. Now Bissouma has intercepted it. 2-1 to Cambridge at half-time. After a poor start, we fought back. Wilson. Oh, it's a lovely ball down the line to Brian Son, who will have the pace to keep that in, and then the footwork to work it nicely. He is left-footed. 3-star weak foot's not the best either, but Bissouma probably should have played the extra pass. I got a bit of tunnel vision there. I did have Campos on the right-hand side, and Abadir was available too. After we worked the ball so well, I didn't want to overplay it, so tried to take the shot on that occasion. I should have... it wouldn't have been overplayed, but I should have played the extra pass. Bissouma, turn, drop, rolls, turn, pass, Bissouma, Abadir, Bissouma again. Looking for Rolls, who's made a good run. Touch is decent, but Adshed has defended it nicely. Norwich standing firm, keeping themselves in it for the time being, but they are going to need to be better going this way now if they're to get anything from this game. Our 2-1 lead hasn't looked under too much threat since we started scoring goals in this game. And maybe we can add another here. I'm going to look for Rolls, obviously, in that situation. And the defender is running with Abadir. Oh, but Jack can't find the target. Half an hour to go, still just 2 goals to 1. All that. Oh, I tried to show him outside, but covered the inside just in case. Oh, what a delivery! Just in case he decided to come inside and do the unorthodox or the unexpected. Tube will take the corner here, and Norwich have the opportunity to get a point at the very end of the game. Tipped away by Stefan. Pereira Rock will have the pace to get to that, thankfully, and we could kill the game off entirely with a final goal. We'll look to thread Abadir through there. I will turn. I've got support arriving. Abadir can go again. Rolls will find him. Abadir will look for Rolls again. Do I go back to Abadir? I've not got the opportunity now. Rolls, very nearly finds his way past the defender, but it's not to matter. Abadir's brace in the first half will be enough to see us get 3 points against Norwich. And 6 points from today's 3 played games is what you would really have expected to happen. Dominant performance overall with regards to chances created. Would have liked to extend the lead slightly if we could have done, to counteract the fact that our goal difference has actually gone down 1. Even though we've won 2 games today, that heavy defeat to Arsenal has affected our goal difference significantly. But we are 5th now, above Liverpool and Chelsea, although Chelsea have a game in hand and can go above us and probably will do when they win it. Manchester United lead the way at the minute and are the only remaining undefeated team. Palace, 13 games, 13 defeats, no goals scored, 76 goals conceded. This is going to be a comical season for Crystal Palace. And we have them next. What's the betting? What is the betting? The England international manager's job. Wow. What is the betting that Crystal Palace now beat me in this simulated game? We'll play with... Actually, let me put Abadia into this starting lineup. We will swap those two around again. And let me sim with the rotated 11. Who, let's be honest, should be good enough to beat this team. Nemecha can go in there. Let's be honest. This simulated game should be a pretty straightforward game. It's at home with a 4-4-2. That is a solid enough side to get a result here against Crystal Palace. 7-0 to Liverpool, 5-0 to Bournemouth, 7-0 to Southampton. What's the betting? Palace beat me by 3-0, score their first goals of the season and get their first points of the season against me too. Or it could alternatively just be a 0-0 draw where they still don't score but do get points. How classic FIFA is this? They can't get a point to save their lives, Crystal Palace. They can't get a win. They can't avoid conceding 5 to save their lives. But against me, they draw 0-0. Typical. Never mind. Player suspended. Basuma is out for a game. That's frustrating because he's in my... was in my first team picture. Ollie Skip will be back for the first game of the next episode against... Oh, transfer for right. For a game against Newcastle. Tomorrow, will December be split into 2? It's normally a pretty busy month. Yeah, it will be split into 2. Newcastle, Wolves, Burnley, Leicester, Everton, Brighton and West Ham. No Carabao Cup game to come in the month of December, but there will be an FA Cup game on the 3rd here of January, so January will be split into 2 as well. But we currently don't have any money to spend in January, and I don't really think I'm going to want to spend any money in January or sell anyone to buy anyone else, if you know what I mean. We could look for some pre-contracts though, certainly. We could look for some pre-contracts. That might be the way that we try and work things in this upcoming transfer window. And my scouts are still out looking for first-team quality players of 2,199 days scouted, 1,782 players found. So I do still have options here. We'll have a look at the scout report. Pedro Neto, is he going to be available on a free? I know he's transfer listed. Don Brown, don't tell me he's going to be available on a free. No. Okay, so there's going to be some of them are players that we've looked at previously and got scout reports for. Some of them are going to be players that are available on a free. We shall wait and see. I'll have a look through that in the time between now and then off camera, and then show you when we get to January what players are available. I've already saved it. That'll do for today then, lads. We end the day 7th thanks to that draw against Crystal Palace. They still haven't scored, but finally they do have a point. Typical that it came against me in the manner that it did. Never mind. I wanted to prioritise the game against Newcastle with my full strength starting 11, understandably. So we shall do that tomorrow and hopefully get ourselves another decent haul of points again. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Check the F1 content if you haven't too. And I'll see you next time.